So I am going to use an Aggression Cyclops deck against the Sentinels with slightly more allies than normal. So I'm going to be playing a Cyclops or Scott Summers Aggression deck against Sentinels. As you can see, it's already a little overwhelming with all of the amount of thwart I'm going to have to do. But the good news is this is the first time I've seen my Ruby Quartz visor. So hopefully that will help me out a lot. So first thing I'm going to do is use constant training to look for a tactic upgrade. Yeah, why don't we use exploit weakness? All right. Then we will flip over to Cyclops. I'll use marked and exploit weakness to pay for tactical brilliance, and I will remove 3 threat from abduction protocols. If I can get rid of abduction protocols, I'm able to grab the captured ally underneath it. So with that, I will now bring back exploit weakness. I'll use Beast and Nightcrawler to pay for Ruby Quartz visor, and I am going to use looking for trouble, put exploit weakness on the Sentinel, who has tough, and I have not given him tough. Then I'm going to thwart for 2 and get rid of abduction protocols. And I now get an ally, Wolfsbane. Perfect. I'm going to use Wolfsbane to attack for 2. That attack has piercing. So I'm now at 14. And because, oh, nope. 13 because of exploit weakness. And then I am going to exhaust the Ruby Quartz visor, and I am going to do the optic blast, which will do another 4 damage. So we are at 9 damage now. So we're going to start by putting the threat on the Knight of the Sentinels. The problem is it's 1, but this has the acceleration icon, so I need to add 2. Sentinel is going to attack me for 2. So I take 2 damage. I forgot to ready my hero. Then it is my encounter card is Sentinel Mark II, and it says when revealed, if Operation Zero Tolerance is at play, Sentinel gains Surge. So it gains Surge.
Oh no.
Into a Mark 5. If target of elimination is attached to my identity, then he attacks me. Otherwise, search the encounter deck and discard pile for target elimination. Alright, so let me grab that. What I need to do is get rid of these 2 Sentinels, so I am going to use Martial Prowess, Polaris, and Attack Training to play into the fray. Also, I'm going to have Wolfbane attack this one. So now they're gone. And now I can deal 6 damage to this one. But he only has 5, so that means I deal an extra point of damage to the main Sentinel. Then I can use Game Time to heal Wolfsbane and ready Wolfsbane. And then I can have Wolfsbane attack for another 2. And then for Cyclops, I will exhaust Cyclops to get rid of targeted for elimination. I did forget to discard my exploit weakness I had here, though I didn't use it when I calculated all of the damage that was done. The Sentinel's still at 6 damage. He is now going to attack, and I am going to... I guess I just take it. So he attacks me for 4. So I now have 4 health. And now the encounter card. Ooh, I forgot. I do need to add 2 more here. It's now at 5 threat, so I have to place the top of my deck under Operation Zero Tolerance. Oh, not Ricochet Beam. Then I get to remove the 5. So I need to stop that from happening again. And abduction protocols. Well, I guess I'm not going to. And this receives another 4. So I am going to use Gatekeeper and Mart to play Angel, because I get to reduce the cost by 1 if my identity has the mutant or X-Men trait. I'm going to use Cyclops to exhaust for 2 thwart. I'm going to play practice defense, so he does less damage to me next round. And I will have both of these characters, which means Wolfbane is now gone. Thwart for 2, which means I now have Boom Boom. And after Boom Boom attacks an enemy, place 1 bomb counter on it. At the end of the player phase, remove all bomb counters from play and deal 2 damage to each enemy for each bomb counter removed this way. So, I'm going to use Boom Boom to get rid of one of these. I can't do that. I'll put 1 counter there, so Boom Boom does 1 damage, and that way, when that goes off, he'll have 3 health. Also, I need to add that there. So, what I did in the beginning was, what I forgot to do was the fact that I have Cyclops, and I had my ruby red, his visor, as well as practice defense. So I can exhaust this to have him and do 3 damage. So I've already done that. Now Boom Boom is going to, the counter goes off because it's the end of the player phase, and so it does 2 damage, which means the Sentinel has now been defeated, and now I have a new Sentinel, and I have to search the deck for Adoption Protocol, Set Aside Scheme, and reveal it. So he is going to, he also has a tough status card. So he is going to attack me for 3. I'm probably going to have Angel defend for me. 5. So he does 5 damage. So Angel is now here, because there was no way I was going to be able to take that. And then I get this card. The villain attacks me. Oh, man. So I'm going to have Boom Boom take this. 5. So I'm getting, I'm 1 more card goes down there and I lose. So I am not in a very favorable position. So this doesn't make any difference, but I did have practice defense and play with the Sentinel. Practice defense means that every time he attacks me, he deals 1 less. I made the decision not to, or to have my allies defend for me because I had 4 health. So it tells me I probably should have swapped over to my alter ego hand, but I also wasn't in the second phase then. So with that said, I am going to play practice defense again, and I'm going to use my ruby quartz. Oh no, I don't know if I want to do that. I'm going to play these three to bring out Marvel Girl. I want to have Marvel Girl thwart for 2. I'm also going to have Cyclops thwart for 2. Alright, so it's Cannonball. I'm going to have Cannonball attack for 2 to get rid of the tough. And Cyclops is now exhausted. Then I'm going to flip over. And I can search my deck for a tactic card. So they're both damaged for 1. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Game Time to heal Marvel Girl and ready her. And then I'm going to exhaust her to remove 2 from here. But I think I just lost. So in an effort to try and not lose, I had Marvel Girl do it from Night of the Sentinels instead of the mutants at the mall. I'm pretty sure it's going to make me lose regardless, but give it a shot. So that means I add 2 more here. 1 for this and then 1 for the acceleration there. Then he's going to for 2. Oh, no way. So we add 2 here. So it's 4 now. Also, you're supposed to have a thing, aren't you, there? And now we do the next one. Attached to the villain. Villain gains retaliate 1, and I have to spend 3 mind resources to discard this card. Awesome. Okay. So, I think this is going to be insane, but let's do it. First off, I'm going to use Strength to pay for Tactical Brilliance, and I'm going to remove 3 threat from... You know what? Yeah, we'll remove 3 threat from here. That allows me to grab a tactic card. I'm going to grab Exploit Weakness. I'm going to use Rock Slide to pay for Exploit Weakness. I'm going to use Gatekeeper to play for Full Blast. I'm going to... Oh, I'm sorry. I should have done all of that stuff in as Cyclops. Nothing that I did required me to be in Scott Summers. I think all of it required me to be in as Cyclops, my hero form. So I really meant to have turned over at the beginning of the turn. I apologize for that. So as I was saying, I'm going to exhaust Ruby Quartz Visor so that I can use my Optic Blast, and I'm going to do a Full Blast, which adds 8 additional damage to the attack. So with Exploit Weakness, it bumps that up to 12 instead of 11, right? Because it's 3 plus the 8, that's 11, and then you add 1 more damage to that. That makes it 12. So 12. That means that he currently has 6 health. If I could just do math. All right. Now this is where things get a little off the rails. I am going to use Cannonball to attack for 2. But it's not 2. It's 3 because of Exploit Weakness. Then I'm going to use Marvel Girl to attack for 1, but it's not 1. It's 2 because of Exploit Weakness. And finally, I am going to have Cyclops attack for 2 because of exploit weakness. Due to exploit weakness, I just beat the game. Well, this scenario. So that was my 3rd time playing Cyclops in an aggression deck. Again, I've mentioned it a couple of times on the channel. I really enjoy doing this kind of playing this way. I feel like if I focus more on allies, I'm not using a core mechanic of Cyclops, which is his optic blast. I feel like I'm just lacking in it. But that's me personally. So the deck I feel like is fine. It works for what I'm trying to do, especially in this scenario. And I think I also have another video where I play against Master Mold. You know, for these scenarios, I think they work really well. Now, I filmed this before I played with Deathcry, where we went up against Sabretooth, and in that scenario, I definitely do want to play more with allies than I want to play with this kind of thing where I'm just minion killing. So a couple of things, right, that I want to address, at least on camera, is game time. I messed that up twice. You are supposed to have an upgrade on that ally, and none of the allies I played this game had an upgrade on them. So game time would have been a wasted card, or just been a resource at that point. I think I pretty much made it work out because of I ended up doing extra damage, but not really. I think I used it twice, so it doesn't really work that way. In fact, I probably should have lost the game due to thwart because of Rachel Summers. Another thing, I played game time on her. I healed her the 1 and I exhaust her, but then I never put another, or I used her, and then I didn't put another consequential damage on her. So, I mean, that was another big error. But let me know what you thought of the video in the comments below, and I appreciate you spending the time with me. Thank you.